Hello there, my name is Grayman, and today I'm going to teach you words. These words are very confusing, or probably you confuse these words. Let's look at them together, and I'm going to make them very easy, and you can use them usefully. And in fact, all these words are used almost every day. So let's look at these words together. The first one, if you look up here, is, how would you say this word? Will. Will. And this one? While. While. So what's the difference between the two? So we're going to look at these two words in details, but I want you to bear in mind that the English words, when they are in isolation, any words in English, when it is by itself, not in a context, not in a sentence, it doesn't have any meaning. So I'm going to look with you together at each of these and other words in details, and we're going to put them in a context. So bear in mind, they could mean more than one thing. Let's look at the first one here. This is will. Here we use it in this sentence, I will see you next week. If you look at next week here, this is referring to the future, So I will see you. When? Next week. So we use here will to express ourselves, to talk about events or anything that will take place in the future. That's the first usage of it. The second one, look at this one, choosing or desiring. For example, if you don't want to do anything, they say, do you want me to do it? Yes. No, I don't want to do it. Oh, are you going to get me to do it by force? In other words, you would say, against my will. So are you going to force me to do it? Are you going to get me to do it against my will? So of course, nobody's going to force you to do it, so it's not against your will. Will also could mean choosing, your choice, or you're desiring to achieve or to do anything. That's one meaning. That's the second. The third meaning has got something to do with legal. Many people are advised to go to a court or to their lawyer to write their will. So what's a will here? A will is a legal document or a paper that you would do with your lawyer in order to get the people what to do with your property or your money or your house or your estate after you die. So you would write your will. It's kind of legal thing. This is will also. And here it is noun. Noun. So make sure you have your will before you leave this life. So everybody would do that. In many religions, Christianity, Judaism, and Islam, they recommend that everybody should have their will written before they passed away or before they die. The second word here, also people would confuse this one with this one. This is wall. Say after me, wall. What's a wall? A wall simply is a fence. A fence. Okay, there's a wall, and there are famous walls like the one that fell in Germany when they were West and East Germany, so they were divided by a wall. That's a very famous one. So like a fence, or it could be one side of the room. The room would be 1, 2, 3, 4 sides, right? So each side is called a wall. Okay. So that's the meaning of wall, and we say it wall. And this one, will. Look at that one. We're coming to this one in a minute. This is while. So what is while? Look at it here. One of the meanings is a period of time. I'll put in the sentence. Don't forget the fact that I said we always need a context, or we need a sentence in order to understand the meanings of the words. Stay here for a while. Let's say, okay, I'll be here. I'll just come back. So stay here for a while. So stay here for some times, and then I'll get back to you. And then we have well. Well, simply, if somebody would say, how is so-and-so doing? Tom has been not very well. He's been to hospital. Tom was hospitalized last week. How is he doing right now? Well, he's okay. He's well. Okay. Well here have something to do with good. Okay. We say well, say good, and we say the best. The best. Okay. A superlative. We will talk about that when we come to comparison and superlative. We say good, better, and best, or well. We'll talk about that in details in a separate video. Before I get into this part, I have to look at this one here. Make sure do not confuse this one with the other words. This is whale. So what's a whale? A whale is a huge animal, usually in the oceans. Usually in the oceans. It's been said, or it's been proven that it is the biggest animal in the world, is whale. And the most famous one is the blue whale. They're huge animals. In fact, they are not fish. Bear in mind, even though they are in water, they are in the seas or oceans, but they are whale, they are animals, and they are not fish. Okay, so what is this? Look at it. W-H-E-E, and then L, wheel. Usually, you are advised not even to sit behind the steering wheel in the car. Don't sit even beside the steering wheel in order to drive, unless you have your driving license. Some countries are very strict. For instance, Canada, you cannot even sit behind the steering wheel in order to drive, unless you have your driving license. If you don't have it, you cannot. It's prohibited. So what's a wheel? I'm going to show you a wheel. But before I get into the wheel, because the wheel is going to be the last part of our videos today. But what is a cycle? A cycle have something to do with circulation, have something to do with period of time. Start at this time and end at this time. And it has something to do with wheel. If you can, I tried to draw these here, but I'm not an artist, but I try my best. This is called France wheel. Usually they're places like entertainment places for children. Usually you see this high, big there, okay, wheel. This is called France wheel, this France wheel. Also the ones that we have for our cars, each car has got 4 wheels, and then the tires will come on top of that. Most importantly, I've got you today this bicycle. In fact, this is my son's bicycle. We say bicycle. So what is this? Okay, this is, it doesn't run. Okay, here, this one. This is a wheel. If you look at it here, okay, this is a wheel. Okay, what do you call this? Okay, what do you call this? Again, okay. This have something to do with cycle. Have something to do with cycle. So how many wheels are here? How many wheels are here? This one wheel, and this is another wheel. So we have 2 wheels. If you look here, this is bi. Bi means wheel. So we're going to take this cycle. Did you spell bicycle? Again. So bicycle has this one, parts of the word. So we say B-I-C-Y-C-L-E. So all you do is to bi means 2. 2 what? 2 wheels. So bicycle. Oh, and what is this? We put cycle here. unicycle. So what's unicycle? If we remove this one and we have one, we have only one. In the acrobats, you know, they would have only one wheel. It's called unicycle. It's very funny, like you would write only in one unicycle, in one, this is called unicycle, it has got one wheel. And if it has more than one, that would be two, it would be bicycle. And if it has three, it would be tricycle. So we have unicycle, bicycle, and we have tricycle. Tricycle, it has got how many wheels? 3. And then we have motorcycle. Because there is small motor in it, so is motorcycle. So that's about this. Quickly, I'm going to look at this with you, just to remind you not to confuse these words, or do not allow these words to confuse you. Will, while, okay, well, whale, and here we have wheel, and we have wall, and we have will. If you like this video, please subscribe in order to get our new videos, and give us thumb up. Bye for now. Take care. Bye-bye.